Here we go. Have a seat. Have a seat. Save your energy. We have an hour. I said if I was going to do TV, I was never not going to be myself.
Where are the people who are a little bit different?
You're sitting next to one on the couch. So let's just say that.
Try not to suck today.
Now, here's Jason.
What's up, everyone? Hello and welcome. As they used to say on Blossom, a special edition of Blossom. Welcome to a special edition of our show. Happy Friday. I'm Jace. Everybody is off except for me. There's no Kendall. Oh, wait. Executive producer Jeff is joining me for today's show. And Leo, director Leo's in the booth. This is it,
Wow.
right, buddy?
How soon you forget of me.
No, I know. It's just,
We need to go on another road trip.
We could go, yeah, we should go on another road trip. No,
Seattle?
We'll go to Seattle next. That's right.
That's a long road trip.
I know. And then we'll go to Orlando and Sioux City. Hi. And Madison. Hello, hello to our Madison folks. No, all kidding aside, Kendall is off, obviously. Now, officially, I can say it, on maternity leave.
Yep.
We announced that a couple days ago. A baby boy. So again, if you missed that announcement, congratulations to Kendall. We have some fun fill-ins starting next week. And then a fun person, I'm excited for this, a friend of mine that will be filling in through the majority of Kendall's maternity leave. But let's talk about today's show. You've heard me say many, many times that, and we're really proud of this, the Jason Show has expanded now. We're up to almost a dozen cities, and we've added some new ones this season. So y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know me. Who is that? Maybe you're in a waiting room right now in Madison, Wisconsin, or Orlando, or in Chicago going, who's this guy? So I obviously had a history before you guys met me. Jeff has, not joking, Jeff and I have worked together for 23 years. Jeff has been here literally since the beginning of my career in this building in the year 2000, right, Jeff? You were here in 99.
Does that mean I made you who you are?
You made me who I am.
Kidding, I'm joking.
And that also means we started working here when we were 13 years old. 13 years old. No. Anyway, so we thought it would be fun, especially for all of you new people and all of you that have been with me. You can't see this stuff enough because I'm different sizes and hairstyles and ages and glasses. We thought it would be fun to show you some of my favorite, some of my weirdest, some of my most bizarre moments over the last 23 years in television. A lot of them having to do with celebrity interviews, but because before I did this, I anchored the news. For years, I was an entertainment reporter. I was a movie reviewer. So in those jobs, in that capacity, I've interviewed basically every celebrity. So we thought we were going to do, in a little bit, kind of a pop-up video. You're going to see some old, funny clips. And I'm going to kind of tell you what I was thinking. And I have some stories. Right, Jeff? I have some stories.
Good stories.
Good story. Well, let's hope they're good. We do want people to watch. But right now, we do what we do every day, no matter if this is a special edition or not. Leo, activate the hot dish. Roll it for this Friday. Woo! It's very different without an audience. Anyway, first up, you're good enough, though, Jeff. You're good enough. First up, we used to watch them all day on MTV. Now it's a little harder to see music videos. MTV, I don't even know what the M stands for anymore, unless you look for them on YouTube. But a new list, and you know we love a list, is helping all of us reminisce. This month, avclub.com, I like them, they're pretty good, named the 50 greatest music videos of all time based on cultural impact and overall quality. It's good to know what the list is focusing on. And we want to focus on the top 20. No, we're not going to go through all of them. But anyway, here are some notable videos from that 20. Madonna's Like a Prayer at 18. Did you see, Jeff? She is now acknowledging that video and celebrating its anniversary.
And the Pepsi commercial.
The Pepsi, that's what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
the Pepsi commercial. Anyway, if you're old like me, you get it. If not, Google the controversy. Anyway, Kiss by Minnesota icon Prince at number 15. I understand that. Michael Jackson's Billie Jean is number 14. I'm actually shocked that that is not higher. Are you?
First video by a black artist on MTV.
That's right. And he performed Billie Jean at the Motown Anniversary Special and debuting the Moonwalk. Anyway, okay, Guns N' Roses, my favorite, earned the 12th spot with November Rain. And Britney Spears, almost made the top 10 with her debut, Hit Me Baby One More Time. That one came in at number 11. I don't know if I like that Brit in that video is above Billie Jean.
But it changed 2000s pop, if you think about it. That bubblegum pop was ushered in with her.
But Michael Jackson's Billie Jean.
I know.
Okay. He's telling me, just read the prompter. Let's get to the top 10, shall we? At number 8 is the newest video on the list. Let's look at this. Yeah, oh, without a doubt, Beyonce's Single Ladies. You talk about cultural, pop culture impact. People still try to do this dance. You know, I still can't do it.
And when you hear the song, you immediately think of the video.
Absolutely. Immediately. Iconic. Look at her. Oh, I love you. Okay, let's move on to number 5. This is a video from the early days of MTV that still resonates today. Yep, that's Norwegian band Aha with their classic Take On Me. Look, this video, if MTV played videos, this would be a cool video now.
Exactly.
In 2023, look at that.
I remember the first time I saw this video.
You were in your mid-20s?
We had to go to my grandma's house because my town outlawed MTV.
What, did you live in Footloose?
Well,
what do you mean your town outlawed?
Bit. My dad was mayor though, and he brought MTV to the masses. So.
Was your mom Diane Wiest? was your best friend Chris Penn?
We could dance, we just couldn't watch MTV.
Oh my goodness! Did you drive a yellow Volkswagen?
Move on.
Your town outlawed MTV. I thought I lived in Michigan City. Anyway. Let's move on to third, shall we? It's a no-brainer. Look. Without a doubt. I don't know. I might even say higher than 3, either 2 or 1. But Michael Jackson changed the video game with his Thriller video from 1982.
Isn't that crazy? That's 82?
82. And this is, I remember, talking about memories, there was a video store back when going to a video store was a new thing. It was called Curtis Mathis. And it was a video store, and I remember renting that and He-Man over and over, like the making of, where they interviewed director John Landis. I'm such a nerd. The fact that I know that off the top of Vincent Price. Oh, it was, I must have watched that video, and I was 8? Yeah, 8 at the time. Well, now the second best video of all time, according to avclub.com. Okay, just take a moment. You guys guess at home. I'll wait for you. What do you think it is? It's one of my favorites. Get me drunk at a bar and I can do this choreography for you. That's Madonna's Vogue, or I don't even need to be drunk. I can just do it. It's Madonna's Vogue from 1990. I mean, this song, the video, a tribute to the club kids, the Vogue kids in New York, in the clubs of New York, that Madonna loved. This, you know, very much the same as Beyonce's Single Ladies a decade or so later. This changed the game, and it is Madonna's, to me, my favorite video of Madonna. I love this song. Is it, you think it's a little high, I heard.
I like it. I think it's huge, but I'm just surprised.
That it's that high on the list?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the top video music, or the top music video, I flipped those of all time.
I wanna be your sledgehammer. Why don't you call my name?
No. That honor goes to Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer from '86, featuring stop motion animation.
If this was a list from 1990, sure. But we've had so much more cultural impact,
Yeah, look,
I think.
it's a great video, but talk about impact. Do you hear any youngins talking about Sledgehammer?
No.
You do have people still talking about Madonna and still voguing. Yeah, so I disagree. I respectfully disagree, AV Club. Next in the dish. He's one of the most successful sitcom directors of all time, behind shows like Friends, Will and Grace, Cheers. Jimmy Burrows, James Burrows, is revealing new stories about his time in Hollywood in the paperback version of his book, directed by James Burrows. I've seen that slate so many times. One story tells more about a divisive character on the show Friends. Remember this?
Now, Ross, repeat after me. I, Ross,
I, Ross,
take thee, Emily.
take thee, Rachel. Emily. Emily.
Emily. Who can forget that scene when Ross said Rachel's name while marrying Emily? Jimmy Burrows reveals they nearly recast Emily, calling the actress who played her nice, but not particularly funny. Oof. He says she didn't have natural chemistry with David Schwimmer, but they couldn't recast her because of the sitcom's tight deadlines. Emily was eventually written out of the show in season 5 after appearing in 14 episodes. Look, this is why people are like, why? Oh, that's rude to say that. That's why we want these books. That's why people like James Burrows writes these books. We want stories like that.
I hated Emily.
I did not like Emily at all.
And Julie, remember Ross's other girlfriend?
Yes, didn't like her either.
Boring.
I dislike those storylines almost as much as I hated the last season storyline of putting Rachel and Joey together.
Yeah, that was bad.
Disastrous. Anyway. You can read Jimmy's that book and listen to all of his interviews. If anybody knows pop culture, it's James Burrows. We have a lot more to come, so stay right there. Our special edition show on this Friday will continue right after this. Audience is a little quiet today, don't you think?
You got to pep it up a little bit.
I gotta give them something. No, we don't have an audience today. Welcome back to a special edition of our show. We'll be looking back at my 20-some years in television a little bit later, laughing, and I'll tell you stories. Speaking of James Burrows a little bit ago, telling you stories behind some of my favorite interviews. More hot dish for you, though, right now. We talked about Friends before the break and James Burrows, but another must-see TV sitcom from the 90s we're going to talk about now, Seinfeld. A new report from Yahoo Finance reveals how much money Jerry still makes, how much money Seinfeld still makes from his show about nothing that's been off the air for 25 years. Get this, friends, Jerry still makes between $60 and $80 million every year from the show. I am going to repeat that, $60 to $80 million. It's thanks to the syndication deal Seinfeld made before leaving the show. He recently got a big chunk of money after Netflix bought the rights to the show. The Seinfeld cast were the first ever to get $1 million per episode when the show was originally airing over there on NBC. That is the definition of, like, we have Elon Musk money and Richard Branson, but for entertainers, that is crazy money.
Yeah.
$60 to $80 million every year for a show that has been off the air about as long as Kendall has been alive.
That's crazy.
I mean, she's a little older, but.
What did you do 25 years ago that could still make you money?
I worked at Red Lobster.
You still have those skills.
I can still, what kind of shrimp? Shrimp scampi? Okay. What's your second choice? Oh, Walt's favorite fried shrimp, and your third choice. Yeah, I can still do that.
What's Walt's favorite fried shrimp?
Walt's favorite fried shrimp is the giant fried shrimp at Red Lobster. Walt is a fisherman, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember that in the training manual of Red Lobster.
Where do you see Seinfeld anymore, though? Like, a lot of local stations used to have it, but I think it got too expensive.
Yeah, that's right. If you've noticed, like on your local stations, like Fox 35 in Orlando, or Fox 32, or in Chicago, right here in the Twin Cities, Fox 9. All of these shows, you're not seeing them anymore, because of what Jeff said. They're really, these libraries of shows are really expensive for stations. That has opened up the avenue, the runway for shows like our show. Thank goodness. Thank you very much for being expensive, because we are cheap.
What do you get paid for season 1 of Jason's show?
Hold on, let me look. U.S. Bank, there we go. I made $14. There we go. Next up, TV talk shows. There aren't many on the air right now because of the strikes. So Sherry's there, we're here. So BuzzFeed came up with a list of talk show hosts who revealed their worst guests of all time. And there may be a few surprises. Okay, I love this kind of thing. First up, Tonight Show host Jimmy Fallon. He once revealed his worst guest was Robert De Niro. While he loves De Niro, Robert only gave one-word answers and just nodded to some of his questions. Okay, people ask sometimes, do you get nervous? Asks me. I do not get nervous. When I do get nervous is when a guest does that. And I know as the executive producer, you are in the control room getting nervous because we have 5 minutes to fill and they're saying one noun and one verb.
Yes.
Yes. Like that. See, I expected more reaction, and you gave me 2
should I
words.
talk more?
Whatever. Up next, Chelsea Handler. When she hosted her late night show on E!, she once said Justin Bieber was her worst guest. The reason? She said he tried to flirt with her during the interview.
Awkward.
I wish more guests would flirt with me. I mean,
should we put that on the pre-show interview?
The pre-show interview? Must? No. Well, that's how, Phil Donahue, the legend, talk shows. Marlo Thomas openly flirted with Phil on his show, and they got married. Just saying. Jon Stewart is next. He says his worst guest from his pre-Daily Show gig was actor Hugh Grant. Stewart says Grant once that he complained the whole time off air, then complained on air about the clip his publicist chose to use to promote the movie. He is persnickety, but he doesn't hide it, so I almost excuse it. He knows himself, but I've interviewed him once via satellite, and it wasn't delightful. But then satellite interviews are very hard to do, so you'll see a few coming up. Former late night host Craig Ferguson is next. He once said singer Macy Gray was his worst, but he thinks she was just in a bad mood when she was on his show over there on CBS. I can see that. I can see Macy Gray not suffering fools lightly.
She was just kind of quirky and out there.
Yeah. Finally, Andy Cohen. Andy once said Amber Rose was his worst guest. Andy said she didn't want to answer any questions when she was a guest on Watch What Happens Live. I remember watching this episode, and she did not. And my reaction to that is always this. Why are you on there? Why are you on there? You know Andy's game. You know what Watch What Happens Live does. You should not be shocked. So don't go on the show. I actually have 3 people that come to mind for my worst guests of all time in this show, the news, entertainment reporting. First is Party of 5 and Lost star Matthew Fox. Oof. Oh, this guy was a gem. I'll tell you why, because it's a visual in just a second. But, I'll do it now. Thank you, Leo. When you do these junket interviews, you're shoved into a hotel room with 2 chairs, and you're really close, and it's awkward. The audio people are putting your mic on, and there's a weird time where nothing's happening, so you try to create some small talk. So the new iPhone had just come out that day, or that weekend, and I looked and I noticed that he was messing with his new phone, and I go, oh, is that the new iPhone? I said, is that the new one? He went like this, he goes, oh, like that exact face, and I thought, you rude,
Can't you just say, yeah?
Just say, yeah. And then the whole interview, I cut it short because he was just
Was that We Are Marshall?
It was We Are Marshall.
Okay.
I just did not like him.
Well, I mean, his movie career has taken off since then.
Yeah, hasn't it though? Yeah, I wonder what he's doing now. I think he's at a boat show this weekend. Suzanne Summers is next. Now you're thinking, really, Chrissy Snow? There's a very specific reason why I have named the next two, and they're for the same reason. When you interview Suzanne Summers, no matter what she's there to promote, here's the deal. You're going to get one question in, and she is not going to stop talking for the next 4 minutes. And again, you only get 4 to 7 minutes with these stars, right, Jeff? And she was there to promote something, and I got one question in, and for the rest of it, she just never stopped talking. Then that leads me to the third guest that I will never have on the radio show again, and not because I don't love her, but for the same reason, that girl, Marlo Thomas. For the exact same reason. You're trying, look, I know what I'm doing, and I'm trying to promote her, whatever project she's doing, but my goodness, she never lets you stop. She never lets you in. She just goes on a monologue. That's not an interview, that is a monologue. So
have a conversation.
Have a conversation. Let me lead you. I know how to properly promote your subject. Let me lead you there. No. So never, ever again. I love both of them personally, but nope. Let's talk about music next in the dish. There are plenty of songs people love to hate, but a new list names the most hated songs in rock music. It comes from ultimateclassicrock.com. Now, keep in mind, these are in no particular order. Here's the first one.
Einstein, James Dean, Brooklyn's got a winning team. Davy Crockett, Peter Pan, Elvis Presley, Disneyland, Bardo, Budapest, Alabama, cruise jet, Princess Grace, Peyton Place, Trouble in the Suez. We didn't start the fire.
Okay, maybe a surprise. It's Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire from '89. The article calls the song a ham-fisted history lesson disguised as music. Well, let me tell you, if you don't like that one, I sure hope you hate Fall Out Boy's remake. Oh, well, I
don't think it held up. It doesn't age well.
No, it does not. I hate
I love Billy Joel.
I do too, but I don't like that song. Next, another 80s song, this one from Phil Collins.
Now she don't even know my name, but I think she likes me just the same. Studio.
Studio hit number one in 85, even though we still don't know what studio means. Do you know what it means, Jeff? Do you have any guesses?
I did some research. The research team, and it's the name of a woman, I guess.
Studio?
Yeah, I think it's like Sue, and then he gives her a nickname.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope she's getting some royalties. Next to number one song for the Beach Boys in the late 80s. Oh, I know which one this is. Roll it. Kokomo was a huge hit. It was on the Cocktail movie soundtrack. Remember that one with Tom Cruise and Elizabeth Shue? The article says it's simple-minded fluff and missing Beach Boys frontman Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? I'm sorry. It's still fun to... It's good yacht rock, girl. It's good yacht rock.
Have you ever been to... So Valley Fair is an amusement park here. They have a place where you can record your voice singing a song.
Yeah.
When that came out, my brother's girlfriend, Michelle at the time, her and I sang that song together. And I still have the tape like a few years ago.
That is a wonderful story. Where's Michelle at now?
She's a dentist, actually.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Michelle, this bud's for you. Now, the last one, it's an Aerosmith song from 98.
Don't wanna close my eyes. I don't wanna fall asleep 'cause I miss you, baby. And I don't wanna miss a thing.
I Don't Want to Miss a Thing comes from the Armageddon soundtrack and is written by Diane Warren. The article says it's not a bad song, just not an Aerosmith song. By the way, the video for this was filmed at the Armory here in Minneapolis, a legendary venue that's now, once again, a concert venue used by the military for years, the National Guard. It's beautiful, one of my favorite places if you ever come to see a show here in the Twin Cities. Okay, let's stay on the topic of TV. Hollywood is full of shows that were hugely popular but failed to stick the landing. What I mean is that there was a ton of anticipation for the series finale, but it became a huge disappointment, sometimes ruining the overall image of the show. So I decided to make a list of our picks for the best and worst series finales in recent memory, okay? This is our list. This isn't from AV Club, this is ours. Let's start with the best. Back in 1993, an iconic show ended its 11-season run like this.
Sorry, we're closed.
That is the final episode of Cheers from 1993. It wasn't specifically funny, but the bittersweet episode wrapped up the show perfectly, beyond perfectly. Next in our list of the shows with the best finales, this is one of my favorites from 1977.
It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know.
That's, of course, the final epic scene, iconic, I should say, actually, of the Mary Tyler Moore Show, when Mare and her co-workers said farewell to the WJM newsroom after everyone got fired but Ted. Now the season finale that most people say is the greatest in TV history. It's from an HBO show that ended in 2005. Here's a little part of it. So good. That's from the last episode of 6 Feet Under, which showed how, spoiler alert, how each character died. The entire show took place, if you don't know, in a funeral home, so it made perfect sense, and it was just chef's kiss. We're running out of time. We're going to do the worst some other day, so we're going to stick with the positive. We're going to be right back, our trip down memory lane, when we return.
Get ready for a blast from the past. For the rest of today's show, I'm turning back time like Cher and revisiting some of my first appearances on television, like years and years ago. From my first live shot to celebrity interviews that take some weird turns, I'm sharing behind-the-scenes stories you did not know about. Kind of like what I was thinking. That's today on The Jason Show.
Welcome back to a special edition of our show. So for the rest of the hour, because we have so many new friends, hi everybody, thanks for welcoming us into your home. Chicago, Madison, Sioux City, Cedar Rapids, we appreciate it. But you don't know me, as I said at the top of the show. You don't know who I am. You don't know that I had a whole career before this. So I did. We are looking back today at some of my favorite interviews and moments you can't forget. We're calling it a kind of a look back at some of the most memorable moments of my on-air career, from live reports to interviews with celebs. And we start with my very first time on camera here in Minnesota. It happened in 2001. I went live for the first time on TV at the premiere of the first Harry Potter movie.
Sent my buzzboy, Jason Matheson, to get the answer from the world's toughest critics. Jason, just the little kitty?
Yeah, could I look like a bigger dork right now?
He's kind of geeky.
No comment. A little geeky. I did this just for you, Robin, because I knew that you would make fun of me. No, you know, if you ever want to know honestly if a movie is really good, there is nothing like asking a group of kids, especially if that movie is Harry Potter.
Harry Potter!
With a bucket of popcorn in one hand and a magic wand in the other, muggles from all over lined up to see their favorite boy wizard come to life. Robin and Jeff, I would like you to meet my friend Sully. No, yeah, this is my new friend. I found him. No, even though Harry Potter is opening on more screens than any movie in history, there is still a chance that your local theater will be sold out. So make sure you call ahead and, you know, have like a backup plan so your kids won't be freaking out. pick a movie that your kids will want to see instead of Harry Potter, like Monsters, Inc. Most theaters that are showing Harry Potter will also be showing Monsters, Inc. So that's it. Live in Edina, I'm Jason Matheson, 9 News.
No, wait a minute.
What?
You didn't tell me how you liked it.
Yeah. I really liked it. I mean, at 2 hours and 30 minutes, I never even wanted to go to the bathroom. I wanted to stay right there and watch it, so I loved it.
All right, so the big kid liked it too.
The biggest, as Robin, the biggest kid loved it. So.
Okay.
Okay, Virgin Experience on 9 News. Did a good job.
Yeah, nice go.
I'm hoping to be an adult in a year. The hell was I wearing?
Wait, I have a question. Did you have a shift at Target after the news?
I did. I worked at Homewares, so I went right from that live shot to the Edina, Minnesota Target. No, I love that. Was so exciting for me. That was, I can't tell you, as a kid that watched Johnny Carson and Oprah, that was a moment. Well, the next year, in 2002, I was live for the dedication of the Mary Tyler Moore statue in downtown Minneapolis, because, again, the show was set here. This was something to see. Look.
You can see you, Buzz Boy. There you are. Morning, Buzz. Oh, morning, Tim. Morning, everyone. It is getting a little violent out here because they're throwing out the TAMs, and there's a guy up there. Chip, can you get a shot with the yellow umbrella? He's like threatening to beat up everyone if he doesn't get a TAM. Anyway, as you can see, I'm surrounded by merry groupies, we're going to call them. This is Shelby. Shelby wanted to be on TV so bad she put some lipstick on to be on TV. Didn't you?
None of my teeth. None of.
I met Alfalfa in the gang after the show. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. I looked like the Dutch boy's gay brother.
What was his name?
What?
Eric?
Sven.
Oh, Sven.
Yeah. Sven's not Dutch. Anyway, no, that was great. And I got the chance to interview Mary a couple hours after that. She was delightful. And Erin Schwab, our audience coordinator and the Bette Midler of the Twin Cities, I interviewed her that day as well. She was in the crowd. Well, eventually I started interviewing famous faces for their movies. Like I said, I did entertainment reporting and movie reviews. One of the most memorable was Britney Spears for her movie. Now, Leo, don't roll this yet, for Crossroads in 2002. This was my very first time invited to what they call a junket, where I interview celebrities in a hotel room. I'll tell you what happened. Just know that when this interview happened, right now, something horrible happened right before it. Look.
How involved were you in Crossroads, the production, and did you enjoy that?
That was the best thing about the movie, is how creative I got to be with it, as far as the casting, as far as the clothes, as far as the music, everything. It was like my project, you know? So that's why it was so appealing to me, instead of just doing a script that was given to me, you know?
How quickly did you click with the cast?
Immediately. I knew right when Taryn walked in, I was like, this is the girl.
I went to my shift at the Gap after that interview. Right before that happened, in my khakis, those are director's chairs that aren't very stable. While the audio guy was putting my mic on, I went to lean back to get out of his way, and my entire chair flipped backwards. And I was like some turtle, some puffy turtle on the floor. And Brittany had to go over me to check to see if I was okay. I was mortified.
Wait, what did she say?
She says, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" And I go, "Yeah." She's, "Okay, now I can laugh." Yeah, you can laugh, Brittany. And then later that same night, we went to the post party really quick. We went to a post party, and this is, again, 2002, so you know who was popular back then. I'm at this club, and I'm going like this. And I went to step back, and I heard a woman go, "Ow!" I stepped on Gwen Stefani's hair extension.
How were you not kicked out?
I don't know. They didn't care who I was. Still to come, embarrassing moments involving Jake Gyllenhaal, Ben Affleck, and more when we return right after this. Stay with us. Welcome back to our Friday Flashback show. I'm sharing, it's kind of like pop-up video. If you're old like me, you remember pop-up video. I'm sharing some stories from a few of my most memorable, embarrassing celebrity interviews. One that I will never, ever forget was in 2004 when I chatted via satellite with Jake Gyllenhaal. Now, you're going to notice this right off the bat. Jake couldn't hear me at the beginning. And then I asked him a question that's still absolutely legendary. Embarrassing. Watch. Jake, can you hear me?
Hi, Jason.
Good morning, Jake. How are you?
What is this, Maury Povich?
Okay, to help you understand what's going on right now, Jake isn't hearing me in his ear like he's supposed to. He is hearing the Maury Povich
He's hearing
show.
our programming, isn't
Take
he?
a listen.
Yeah, is that what it is? Is he interrupting us?
Jake, can you hear me?
Jason?
Jake?
Maury?
Jake?
Povich? Jason?
Jake?
Hi.
You can hear me.
I can hear you.
We had a little bit of technical difficulties. Were you stuck listening to our programming?
I was hearing about some prostitute and her daughter or something.
Oh, the quality programs on Fox.
I was into it. I have to say.
Yeah, I like your little, good morning, Minneapolis. We saw that.
Good morning, Minneapolis.
That was great. Well, good. How are you, my friend?
I'm feeling great.
Good.
This morning, yeah.
Well, yeah, even with
How are you?
I'm doing, it's Friday. How can you complain?
It's true. Good morning, Minneapolis.
Good morning.
Yeah.
But I guess we should actually do an interview, but, or we can,
Okay.
I guess.
Whatever. I mean, look.
Hey,
I'm up for anything. I'm into watching the prostitute and her sister. Whatever you want to do.
Who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be? I'm holding up, you're on like freaking 3 magazines this week, Jake. And this one, I'm holding up the GQ one. Jake, I have this shirt and I'm never gonna wear it again because I will never look as good as you in that shirt. I bought the shirt and I saw it on the newsstand and I'm like, I am never going to wear that shirt again.
Well, Jason, all I can say is thank God for computer graphics.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
please.
Because that shirt looks great on. Thank God for them.
Oh,
'Cause,
please.
it just makes things not as real as they actually are. But thank you. That's flattering of you. And you should wear that shirt. Get out there.
Thank you.
Don't.
Get out there. Yeah. I later invited him to my 30th birthday party. Oh, God. I know. That was, if I'm Taylor Swift, that's my faux hawk era. And my son-in. Who dyed my hair? That's not a color that exists in nature. Yeah, that was Jake and me. Coming up next, this was another interview that I'm not kidding. Oof. We're going to stay in 04. I was chatting with Ben Affleck, and I asked about his time in Minnesota filming Mallrats. But the interview, the interview did not get off to a good start. I can't watch this. Look.
Jason.
Matt. Ben. How are you?
Happens every day, my friend.
You're kidding me. Does it really?
Yeah, in fact, yes it does. All the time. In fact, the other day I was on the Ellen show and the broadcaster guy was like, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Damon!
Well, yeah, and what a great way to start off the interview. So I'll try to come back from it.
That's all right, but you can battle back. You can do it.
Thank you. Now, we are proud because we are the home of Mallrats. You shot it literally, Ben, 2 blocks from the studio where we're at right now. So,
oh, yeah?
Yeah. So did we treat...
Eden Prairie Mall?
Eden Prairie Center, yeah. So please tell me, did we treat you nice? Did Minnesota treat you nice?
Minnesota was great. I had a good time. I mean, when I came out there, it was like the women's Final Four was happening out there, and I think UConn won.
Yeah. Right after that, I went to my job as a tour guide at a gay safari. After the break, look back at 2 interviews with 2 legendary primetime divas. That and more after this. Welcome back to our Friday flashback. I'm sharing stories behind some of my favorite celebrity interviews over the years. In 2003, I got the chance to sit down with TV legend Linda Gray, who played Sue Ellen Ewing on my all-time favorite show, Dallas. She was in the Twin Cities for the touring show of The Graduate. Look at this.
From the very beginning, I was different. I grew up in small-town Indiana, and unlike most boys my age, I didn't want to play basketball or football. Because of my differences, for most of my childhood, I was picked on and made fun of. My one escape from the difficulties of being an unusual boy was, strangely enough, the TV show Dallas. Every Friday, for as long as I could remember, I would watch Dallas with my beloved Grandma Mazak. Those Fridays with her and the Ewings meant so much because it was the one time in the week where I wasn't reminded of how different I was. I guess that's why what I was about to experience meant so very much.
Oh my God.
Oh!
Oh my God. Hello.
Be still, my heart. It's Jason. Oh, I've waited all my life to meet you.
Oh my God. If I pass out, I'm really, really sorry.
I'm here. I'm here for you. I'll catch you.
Oh my God. I need an inhaler and I don't even have asthma.
You're adorable.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
They told me all about you.
Did they?
Yes, I had no idea what to expect.
Oh.
It's going to be all right.
Okay.
Trust me. It's fabulous. Oh my God, you're a great actor. Listen, you could be on stage with us. Look how adorable you are. You look beautiful.
Thank you. It's so nice to meet you.
Is he just the cutest? I was like, they said, he can't see you. I thought, are we getting married? What is this? We can't see him in my white dress. Or what?
Getting married.
I thought this is like a bride and groom thing. My God.
So you won't think that I'm a stalker. I think I should probably explain why.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
You know, I was trying to think of like, how can I tell her this without sounding crazy? But, you know, I grew up in Indiana in a really small town, and I was born awkward. Imagine that.
Born awkward. Do you want to explain that?
I was just different from the get-go. And, you know, and in small town Indiana, unless you're like everyone else, you're kind of ridiculed. But, you know, so I was, you know, made fun of and harassed at school. So Dallas, every Friday night, my mom and my dad had this tradition. They would go out to eat. They would take me to this little fish place to get some fish. And then I'd go to my grandma's house and watch Dallas every single day.
Good
every
for
single
grandma.
Friday. And every Friday. So
It's great.
you played a really large role in a really special part of my life. So to meet
thank you.
is one of the most special things that's ever happened to me.
Oh.
And it really is. And it's just the fact that I'm sitting here and you're, oh my God.
You know, a fun ending to that story, we got to be actual, I'm not going to say friends, but I reunited with her about 9 years later in 2012 when Dallas was rebooted. We went to lunch. We've been to lunch a few times. I got to hold her hand, and the whole time I'm crossing the street helping her, I went, in my mind, I'm like, I'm walking with Sue Ellen. But she was very sweet, and she just celebrated a birthday, and I love her very much, and she's been very kind to me in the subsequent years. So I love you, Linda. Sue Ellen forever, girl. From one TV icon to another, in 2004, I also got the chance to chat with another nighttime soap diva that I loved, Donna Mills from Knots Landing. She played Abby Fairgate Ewing Sumner Cunningham, or I got all that wrong. Anyway, I kept forgetting to talk about her TV special, which she was there to promote. I didn't care about that. I wanted to talk about Knots Landing. Look. Good morning, Donna.
Good morning, Jason.
How are you, Donna?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, you know, I'm really actually nervous. I don't know if you'll remember me, but we talked a few years ago during a different satellite interview. You were doing a health-related thing, and I was freaking out because I told you it was like a dream come true. Do you remember me now? I've taken
You were the guy that was freaking out?
Yeah, I freaked out because this is like one of those moments. My hand is, you can't see me, but my hand is like shaking right now.
Oh, Jason, if I was there with you, I would hold your hand.
Oh my God. Don't say that, Donna, because I'm trembling right now, actually. No. I'll be fine. I'll get through this. Switching gears to Knots real quick, do you think, and I've often thought this, and I heard David Jacobs, the creator of the show, say this, I really believe that Knots was one of the most underappreciated shows, like critically. It just seemed like, and I think David said at the beginning that you guys were not going to be paid attention to, there was going to be no hype, but you were going to run forever. And that's kind of what happened. It didn't seem like Knots got a lot of credit that it deserved.
Well, it didn't. It didn't get a lot of critical acclaim. It was, however, the second longest running nighttime drama in television history.
344 episodes, Donna. Two of my divas I would love to have back on the show. Hashtag just saying. I love you. Abby and Sue Ellen. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Welcome back. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the Jason Show is doing our part to help raise money to help women dealing with the disease. Look at this. Our team created a special edition Jason Show t-shirt that's for sale right now in our swag shop. It's part of a partnership with OBGYN West. All proceeds from the shirt will benefit the Hope Chest for Breast Cancer, helping to alleviate the financial burden associated with breast cancer. Scan that QR code right now and get the shirt. And tune in Monday, October 2nd, when people affected by breast cancer will be taking over our audience. We can't wait to welcome them. We'll be right back. Coming up on Monday, we're opening up the Jason Show mailbag. That is Monday. But right now, I just want to say thank you for watching this week. And to all of our new friends in all of our new cities, I hope that gave you a little glimpse into why I'm weird. That's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.